Great. Well, thanks for speaking with us. So how does it feel bringing this film to the Austin Film Festival and watching it with an audience?
Well, we're just about to watch it with an audience, and it's very exciting. Actually, I'm honored to be here. I think Austin's a great place for our film. Our film is not conventional. Our subject is not conventional, so it's good. It's a good fit.
Yeah, no, any opportunity to see my head on a 40-foot screen. I took special care to take care of my nose hairs for all of the shooting, so I should look really good. I'm thrilled about that.
And then what was it about, Mr. Fish's art that made you want to direct this film? This is your first film that you've directed?
It's the first feature-length documentary that I've made, and what drew me his art drew me to him. I felt like he was sounding the alarm that we should all be hearing in regards to the threats we face, both from how our politics are run to how we fail to see things as human beings. So it really, his work resonated with me, and I was drawn to it. I felt like I had discovered someone who was, that we were in the same world. I think a lot of times there's these real dire issues in the world, and we don't know how to face them, so we just don't face them. So we have these monumental problems that are basically being ignored because psychologically we're just not capable of fathoming them, and we don't know what to do. So we're sort of frozen by fear and hesitation, and I felt like I found someone who was breaking through that. So it felt really vital to me to make this film.
And then what were some of the challenges in making the film?
Money. It took 5 years. I got involved with the project after Pablo had already started, and it takes a village to make a film, especially independent film. And we had a successful Indiegogo campaign, and we got a grant. What was the name of the Pacific Pioneer Fund. We want to thank them for this grant and all our investors on the Indiegogo, which worked very well for us. But we're very excited to be here. Austin's a great venue, a great place for us, and I think now's the time more than ever for Mr. Fish's artwork and voice to be heard. That's the way I feel.
I just one other note on that. Because we didn't have a lot of money, the film took 5 years to make. But because it took 5 years to make, we see his life goes through a lot of changes, as any of our lives go through a lot of changes over that span of time. So the film actually ends up having a just greater scope than it would have had we had money. So it's an odd sort of blessing in disguise, I think, where I wish we had money, but I'm also glad at how it all turned out.
Yeah, and then can you talk about the process of having an idea and then going to the end, and also creating art in a political climate and cultural climate that's pretty chaotic right now?
Well, having the idea is, I would just say, being able to react to other people's ideas. I don't invent anything. All of my work really comes from me having a emotional reaction and then trying to make it legible to people and turning it into an idea that they can then connect with. And as far as, just like Pablo said, the changing politics, going from the Obama administration to the Trump administration is it's a huge sea change. But my job remains the same, and in fact it's a little harder. While Obama was president, it was difficult to convince people of the treachery of the United States behemoth corporate identity and what that does with to the public in general. And with Trump, it's much more blatant. So to actually engage in to react to stupidity and try to have an intelligent response to it is a real challenge.
Yeah, and then lastly, if you can just tell audiences why they should see this film.
I have no idea why audiences should see this film.
Oh, are you kidding? It's edgy, it's sexy, I mean, look at me.
Yeah, great, thank you.